Hi, this is Dr. Steve Feldman, Professor of Dermatology at the Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'll be discussing the publication, Efficacy and Safety of CTP13 Biosimilar Infliximab in Patients with Rheumatoid Arthritis, comparison between switching from reference infliximab to CTP13 and continuing CTP13 in the PLANETRA extension study by Dr. Yoo and colleagues. This study report was published in Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases. I selected this article because it focuses on the comparison of efficacy and safety between switching from reference infliximab to CTP13 and continuing CTP13 in the significant PLANETRA extension study, focusing on patients with rheumatic diseases, specifically rheumatoid arthritis. 302 of 455 patients who completed the PLANETRA study enrolled into this extension study. This study is important because one of the most common uses of infliximab is for patients with rheumatoid arthritis. This study provides valuable information showing that biosimilar infliximab performs as expected, similar to the innovator infliximab product. Moreover, switching from innovator infliximab to biosimilar infliximab had no apparent effect on treatment outcome. This was a multinational open-label extension study that recruited patients with rheumatoid arthritis who had completed the 54-week randomized parallel group study comparing CTP13 with the reference product. There were 302 subjects, 158 received CTP13, they were the maintenance group, and 144 received the reference product, they're the switch group. The study studied switching from infliximab reference product to biosimilar CTP13 or continuing CTP13 in patients with rheumatoid arthritis for an additional 6 infusions. CTP13 was given a dose of 3 milligrams per kilogram and was administered intravenously every 8 weeks from week 62 to 102. Efficacy assessments were made at baseline and at weeks 14, 30, 54, 78, and 102. Efficacy endpoints included the proportion of patients meeting American College of Rheumatology, that's ACR 20, ACR 50, and ACR 70 criteria. Well, here were the key findings. In the switch group, there was no notable differences in ACR response rates between week 54, the last reference product treatment, and week 102, 48 weeks after the last reference product infusion. In the maintenance group, the responses to CTP13 observed in the main study were sustained during the extension study. The study demonstrated that in patients with rheumatoid arthritis receiving methotrexate, switching from reference product to CTP13 was not associated with any detrimental effects on efficacy, immunogenicity, or safety. This study demonstrated CTP13 remained efficacious and well tolerated during a 2-year treatment period. Data support the long-term efficacy of CTP13 in patients with rheumatoid arthritis. Here are my thoughts and analysis of this study. One key point of this study is that patients on infliximab biosimilar seem to do as expected, as well as patients on infliximab. But this study goes even farther, showing that patients who switch from the reference infliximab to the biosimilar infliximab also do well. One of the big concerns with biosimilars is the potential that they could be more immunogenic than the innovator product. Such immunogenicity might be more apparent when switches occur between the innovator and the biosimilar. This study gives us confidence that the CTP13 biosimilar of infliximab does not have any unusual immunogenicity, and that switching between it and the reference infliximab product is unlikely to affect patients' treatment outcomes. As we look to the future, this study gives us confidence that biosimilar infliximab is appropriate for use in patients who are currently doing well on reference infliximab. This study gives us great information on switches between the biosimilar and the innovator. When multiple biosimilars become available, however, we'll have the issue of switches between those different biosimilar products. This study does not tell us whether those switches would cause any problem, though it seems unlikely they would.